Hey there, YouTube. Cheers. Hope that everyone is doing well. Been a while since I've gotten on. Thought I'd get on and do a quick video. This will be a two-parter. I haven't been playing a lot of records lately, so I kind of fell off of the listening to at least seven albums per week. Life's been kind of busy, but I have been buying some records. I promised myself that with this administration and things being so up in the air, I kind of be careful on buying records. But there's two local record stores that I go to on a regular basis, and both of them have been getting in some really great collections lately. And so the one record store that I go to here in Highland, Indiana, they've been getting some really outstanding collections lately. They've gotten a few in. And so I'm just featuring stuff from that store. This represents the stuff that I've gotten in, I don't know, maybe the past 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks that I've picked up from there. They've gotten some really great audiophile jazz collections and classic rock. They've been getting in a lot of stuff, and so I've bought way more than I intended to. But I feel like sometimes when you get these good collections that come in and the price is right, you kind of just have to jump because you never know when you're going to get that opportunity again. And so I just picked out 2 dozen of my favorites of what I've gotten lately. It would have taken too long to do everything. And so I'll do this in two parts. And so let's get started. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much for watching. And so the first record, I debated on this one, and actually I just picked this up today because a collection came in a couple of weeks ago while I was there. Was a really great audiophile collection. I think the person was moving, and so a friend was just selling records on that person's behalf because he had almost everything in his collection. And so I normally don't buy these MoFi releases, and so I left it last week. It was still there today when I went back, and I just bit the bullet because it's one of my favorite albums, and that is the Spinners self-titled album. This came out. I have to leave myself notes because I just don't remember like I used to. This album came out in, I want to say, 73. This is a 2015 MoFi reissue. And so he had a $30 price tag on it. And, I tend to buy in bulk, and so he'll give me a discount. And so I think I got it for $20. I was a little bit disappointed. And it's kind of hard to see, but the label here on side A, it's really bubbled. It's defective. But other than that, the sound quality was decent. I have a really good condition copy of a early pressing of this, and I just bit the bullet and picked it up. Do I regret it? A little bit. Again, I'm not real big on these MoFi releases, and they were actually in the collection that came in a couple of weeks ago. There were a few MoFis in there, not many, maybe a half a dozen or so. This was the only one I got. There's another Miles Davis that I don't remember the name of the LP, but I have an early pressing, but it's not. It's maybe VG. Not in the best of shape. It could use an upgraded copy, but in this climate, I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible. But I don't know. So I have mixed emotions about this one, but it's too late now. I got it. I'm not gonna take it back. And so the next album, it was a little bit of reggae, and another collection that came in. I think I got this about a month ago. The great Bob Marley and the Wailers, Exodus. What a great album. This originally came out in 77. This is a 2020 reissue, and it sounds fantastic. I didn't listen to the whole album, but this album, well, I have this. I have an earlier pressing of this, but this was an upgraded copy. This album, in my opinion, is an absolute wonderful album. The entire thing, I really like this. It's just to me it's a motivational kind of an album, and when and he just had a $20 price tag on it. I think he gave it to me for 15, and so I was really glad to get that. I'm trying not to spend too much time on these, but yeah. And so here's another one that I picked up, and I've been wanting this for a while. I actually have my eye on this. This is Willie Dixon, "I Am the Blues." This album originally was released in 1970. This is a music on vinyl reissue from 2012 or 13. And I have been watching it. There was a reissue music on vinyl, I think about, that came out maybe a year ago or so, and it's on red vinyl. And when I was looking at it, this pressing and the more updated red vinyl were about the same price online, around $35 or so. But when I saw this one with the black vinyl, I just got it. He had a $20 price tag on here. I may have paid 15 for it. I originally got this on CD about 20 years ago, and then I found a copy at, I don't know, maybe a thrift store or something, and it was in a decent shape. I don't know what I did with it, and so I've been wanting this one. I still have that CD, but this is one. His version of "I Can't Quit You, Baby," I just absolutely like, and it's a really good sounding pressing. I was really glad to get that one. I hurried up and jumped on that one when I saw it. Here's another one that I've been wanting. Thin Lizzy, "Nightlife." Great album. This came out in 1974. "She Knows," the opening track on here, is one of my favorite Thin Lizzy songs. But this entire album is absolutely wonderful. If you haven't heard it, I really recommend it. On that great Vertigo label, the entire album. I'm a huge Thin Lizzy fan. All of the Thin Lizzy that I have, I'm just going to always play the entire album. I don't skip. I just listen to the whole thing. Every song by Thin Lizzy, I can really appreciate it. And this album is a little bit harder to find. I had it on CD and I didn't have it on vinyl, and it was in pretty good shape. And so I didn't mind getting it. He had a $20 price tag on this, but again, I got a discount. I'm not sure what exactly I paid, because I'll just take everything up and he'll just give me a whole price on that. So he's gotten a lot of great jazz in, especially a lot of Blue Note reissues, and that's something that I really like. And so here's one, Herbie Hancock, "Speak Like a Child." This is an absolutely great album. Originally came out in 1968. This is a 2024 reissue. This is from the collection that came in a couple of weeks ago. It looked barely played. This album, what is the song on here that I really like? "Speak Like a Child," the title track, and the one after that, which is, I like the whole album, but "First Trip," that's the one. Those are my two favorite on this album. This is one of those Blue Note reissues through Universal Music, and I was so glad to get this. It was something that was on my want list. I have it on a CD. I didn't have it on vinyl, and so I was able to get it. I was so glad to be able to get that one. Here's another great jazz classic, the great vibe player Bobby Hutcherson. "Oblique" is the name of this album, and it features Herbie Hancock. This is a Tone Poet reissue. This album originally came out, it was recorded in 1967, but it didn't get released in the late 70s. Between, I want to say, 78 and 81, Blue Note started reissuing a lot of the stuff that got shelved for whatever reason during the 60s, and it was just a plain white cover, and maybe like the artist or something squared in the center. It was a very the artwork didn't look too interesting. It didn't look like a good jazz album. And so I had seen those before, and I always just went past them thinking it was just some, just reissuing just some stuff that was laying around. This is one of those albums that was reissued in the Tone Poet series in 2020, and this album is absolutely wonderful. Side one and side two. My favorite song on here is "Till Then," and "Oblique." Yeah, the title track. Such a smooth flow to this album. I had been wanting this. I heard this somewhere, or someone that I know had it. I wasn't familiar with this album, but I did have it on my want list. I was so glad to get it. It had a $25 price tag on it. Whatever I paid, it was well worth it. I've been playing a whole lot of music on vinyl lately at home. I played this album twice since I've had it, and I've only had it a week. But I played it twice and all the way through. What a great record. Some more jazz from that collection. I think very underrated piano player Duke Pearson. The Right Touch. This is a Tone Poet release. It's just I need to get some bigger sleeves for some of these thicker releases. So I didn't put the album back here. This is an album that originally was released in 1967, and this is a 2024 Tone Poets reissue. I prefer side two. I like side one. Make It Good and My Love Waits are good. The lead track, Chili Peppers, it was okay. I still listen to it. It's an okay song, but as compared to everything else, but side B is absolutely wonderful. And it features one of my favorite musicians, great Freddie Hubbard on trumpet as well, and Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax, among others, and Grady Tate. I think Grady Tate is one of the most underrated, not only jazz drummers, but vocalists of all time. And so I was super glad to get this album. I first discovered Duke Pearson in the early 90s. I got this album, Sweet Honeybee. It's hard to see there. I got that on a CD at a used record store in Chicago where I was living at the time. The owner of the store, who was a big jazz fan, he recommended it, and I think he only charged me maybe it was a used CD. I think I may have paid $5 for it or so, but it became a staple of music that I listened to at that time. I still have that CD, I think, but I do have that Sweet Honeybee on vinyl now. Anytime I can find some Duke Pearson, I'm always going to get it. This is a great album, highly recommended. Only a $20 price tag, and it's a Tone Poet reissue. It's not in the shrink, but it barely played, and it was really clean. And so another one. This is just standard Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd, their classic 1973 album. This is the 50th anniversary 2023 reissue, and they're still reissuing the 50th anniversary edition of this, and it's been 52 years. And so I just picked this up. I have some earlier pressings of this already. I just got it because it was the 50th anniversary. So I think it was in 2024, last year, maybe sometime in the summer, they released that double album of this on clear vinyl with the design in there. And I remember the local record store, he got it, and it was so much other good music there. I had reached my budget, and I remember saying, I'll just he said, I've got plenty of these, so it should be here. And then it slipped my mind. I don't think I thought about it until another 2 or 3 weeks later, and I asked about it, he had completely sold out, and then he couldn't get any more. And those the clear double albums, I think they were selling for $35 when they came out. Maybe they're selling for more than double that now. I refuse to pay that money. It's just something that I just will have to miss out on, unless maybe one of my local record stores comes across a good clean used copy. They're gonna sell it at a much reasonable price, and maybe then I'll get it. But now I do have um, a 50th anniversary pressing of this. The clear one, when I read the reviews on it not long after it came out, it was supposed to be a really, really great pressing, even better than this pressing. But this one is supposed to be good. I haven't played it. I have a really good, clean, early pressing of this. This is just something to add and to have because it's such an iconic record. But yeah, hey. So anyway, the next one. This is Miles Davis, early minor. This was a 2019 Record Store Day um, release, and it was some stuff from the. In 2001, there was In a Silent Way, the complete session released. It was a 5 LP set, which today sells for probably $1,000. I missed it when it came out. I refuse to pay that for it now. There's a 3 CD set you can get, but even that's selling for used 50, 60, $70. In a Silent Way is a great album. I would like to have the complete session. I do have some of his other stuff, the complete sessions, on CD, but I don't know if I'm willing to spend that. So I just got that. This just has 2 or 3 songs. The side A with Splashdown and Early Minor. That's my favorite. But the other song, I think it's Ghetto Walk or something. I don't remember. It does sound good. And so I was glad to get this one, even though, I really want, the 5 disc set. This will have to do for now. This had a $35 price tag on it. Not sure what I spent on it, though. Almost done with this first set. And then, so the next Miles Davis, The Sketches of Spain. I already have a reissue of this from the mid 2000s. Excuse me, but this is a 2017 reissue. This album originally came out in 1960. Wonderful album. It's on this splatter vinyl. And so this entire album is just absolutely fantastic. Again, I already have it. I got it for the colored vinyl. And the 6-eye, the reissue that I have is, I want to say, a DOL pressing. And so it doesn't have the Columbia 6-eye label like this, and being the color variant. He had a $30 price tag on this. I just bit the bullet while it was here, because when I looked this up online, this does go for a little bit of money now, $50, $60. And so, it was a $30 price tag. I said, hey, why not? Excuse me, just getting over a cold or something, sorry. Last 2 for part 1. The original Babyface. Babyface Willette. Great jazz artist. He originally was a piano player and then switched over to the organ. And so another great musician, in my opinion, really underrated. He died I want to say he died in 1970, 71. He was only mid-30s, late 30s. He became addicted to heroin in the early 60s, and it really cost him, I think, his career. He fluttered a little bit after that, but the drugs got him, like a lot of other great jazz musicians. This is a great album. It features Fred Jackson on tenor sax, who I think is a great underrated jazz artist. This is the only album by him I have. He had two albums on Blue Note. This is 1961. This is a Tone Poet series from, I want to say, 2022. Excuse me, but the other album, and I can't remember the name of it now, on Blue Note, but it came out in 1962. There have been no reissues of that. There was a 90s reissue, but it's a little bit pricey. Not willing to spend that kind of money. To me, it's not as good as this album. The entire album is absolutely fantastic. On this one, it also features Grant Green, one of my favorite guitarists. I like this entire album. I played it all the way through. I like side one, side two, the entire thing. I think is just absolutely great in this Tone Poet packaging. If you can get a copy of this, Babyface Willette, let that cover sink in. If you see that at your local record store, I would highly recommend that you get it. And lastly, for this part one, another tragic jazz artist, Lee Morgan, The Raja. Great album. This one was recorded in 1966, but this was another one that didn't get released until the mid 80s. And then this is a Tone Poet series from 2021. This is another one of my favorite trumpet players, the great Lee Morgan. This is another musician that just died tragically. He got clean from drugs. He was able to shake that drug habit, restart his career, but he was murdered at a little hole-in-the-wall jazz club in New York during a blizzard, and it took the paramedics. I saw a documentary on it. I think it took him over an hour to get there, and I think in the end, from when he got shot, it was like a 22 or something. He didn't make it to the hospital for 2 hours. He bled out during surgery and didn't make it. There is a documentary called I Called Him Morgan that came out maybe 2 or 3 years ago. If it's still out there, I would really recommend that you watch that. It gives a great perspective on this great trumpet player, The Raja. This is a great album. I like every single record on here. And so we're at 22 minutes. Didn't want to go that far, so that's part one. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that everyone is doing well. Keep the faith. Don't give up. I know times are looking very, I don't want to say bad, but it's a challenging time. But I believe in the power of God that we're going to overcome and we're going to make it. So thanks again so much for watching. Hope everyone is doing well out there. And I didn't give the date. It's actually April. It's 1 a.m. on April 6th, and so I don't know. When I get done with part 2, I'm probably going to bed, and so hopefully I'll get this uploaded sometime the same day. But whenever I get this uploaded, I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for watching, and cheers.